Oh, there it is. Yeah,
I hate milk.
Go for the milk.
Way. I probably haven't had milk in 25 years. I'm drinking.
From the mountain to your street, giving you a taste of something sweet. So don't go away, sit down, take a seat. It's Midweek motivation, not drop this beat, man. That's my dog. Let's go.
There it is. Welcome to Midweek Motivation, real conversations with real people about a very real God. Today we have some very real people, two very real people and me. I am just a figment of your imagination. That's how I live. It's the truth. Be ready for that. We are all living in a simulation after all, according to Elon Musk. So, depending how I feel about that.
That's a weird guy.
Yeah, he's a weird guy. Didn't he name his kid something like a letter? Like X? Yeah.
It was X.
And then he bought a company.
Something like that.
He bought a company and then, named it too. Yeah. Genius, but...
he has a lot of children, I think.
Yeah.
Was
probably
9?
not the best moral example to go after, but business-wise, there's probably a lot to learn there on one end or another. And we're going to stop before he decides to sue us. So, but welcome to Midweek Motivation. Today is a very special episode for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's a very special day because Michigan is now the reigning national champs in the NCAA basketball. And Hudson and I were talking last night, or no, we were talking this morning after we both fell asleep watching the game. Like we were laughing because Indiana is national champs in football.
Crazy, right?
Right? And now Michigan is national champs in basketball. Like, what world are we living in?
The Big Ten, man, is on fire.
Right?
They're absolutely on fire.
No shade on the ACC, but a little bit of shade on the ACC.
The world of NIL, opened this can of worms. Surely they had to have known that the Big Ten schools had all the money. So,
yeah, absolutely. And if they didn't know, they weren't paying attention.
Now they know,
right?
Exactly.
We were also laughing because like NIL is a joke because now all you have to do is not keep it a secret.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's be honest. This is not the first time in history that college players have been paid.
Well,
right?
It's just funny now because everybody will do it. Like the schools that held out. So it's like now the SEC isn't quite as dominant as it used to be. And it's like, it's interesting. But
one of these days we're going to have like an all sports podcast and it's going to be really fun because I know about that much.
Yeah.
If it's not outside of Michigan, like I know very, very little. So one of these days you'll have to be on that show.
I'd love to.
If we get to pull that off.
I'd love to.
Not only is it special because Michigan is now the reigning NCAA national men's basketball champs.
we also have milk.
We also have milk.
Speaking of, can I have the milk carton, please? I need to refill.
We need to refill before we even start.
We haven't gotten to the good stuff yet. My bad.
So today we do have our good friend, Mr. Billy Cole, our men's ministry leader.
Thank you.
Should we say co-leader?
Co-leader.
Co-leader's
Team
probably
leader.
fair.
Stephen and I, for sure.
Yeah, we won't leave Stephen out.
Yeah.
You guys have done a fantastic job leading our men's ministry. I think it's been a thing that, men's ministry is always a challenge in church.
Yeah, it is.
Right? Because we're men and we're very self-sufficient. Right? I think it's, I don't know if you've seen this, but it's hard for us to admit, like, probably should be around people, right?
Yeah, it is.
And we probably should have a community around us because then, we might have to admit weakness. Like,
it's definitely, I think it's a bigger hurdle for men than it is for women.
Right. Yeah. Women seem to trend naturally towards community where men are like, I'm going to go leave the cave and kill something all on my own, drag it home on my own, right? And I don't need help.
Women need to talk about it. Men need to internalize.
Yes.
How we work.
And we need to do something about it.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
beat the drums.
I've told Courtney a ton, like, I can handle a whole lot of problems, but I'm not good at problems I can't punch.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And I'm not a violent guy.
Yeah.
But if I know I can punch a problem, I feel comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Right. But if I can't punch a problem, like,
we're fixers, man.
I struggle with
It's
that.
really frustrating when you feel like you can't fix something. I mean, guys are fixers. That's what how we're wired.
I feel like we should put that on.
And some of us are better fixers than others. Like I've told people, like, I'm not exactly a finished carpenter.
Yeah, no,
I'm the rough-in guy. Like, I'm the guy that you want to make it fit and make it stand.
Yep.
But it is not going to be pretty.
Yeah.
Like, I can work a nail gun.
100%.
But you better have somebody finish my work.
Putty is your buddy, is what a carpenter once told me. Putty is your buddy.
we redid our laundry room. This is so not what we're here to talk about, but we redid our laundry room a couple years ago, and I'm not great at drywall, and this is evidence of it. So I had to put up new drywall and finish the walls. And I showed it to Gary afterwards. I was done. And Gary is really kind. He's like, oh, I was like, yeah, I know it's bad. He's like, yeah, it's not great.
Yeah. Yeah, that was you. But the O is never good.
No. It was
It's
so
not because
bad.
they're just so blown away by your craftsmanship.
Well, and it was my fault. I shouldn't have shown the professional contractor like my terrible, like lower than homeowner grade like work. It's awful. But yes, our good friend Billy Cole back for at least second time on Midweek.
Yeah, second
It's
time,
been a minute. I think we do about once a year or so.
It's been a minute. So.
But you brought some stuff with us, and I'm just going to give you credit for being a good sport, because I had a harebrained idea that I think is going to be really fun, and I'm really going to regret it. I just guarantee I'm going to regret it. But if you've never seen the show Hot Ones, we're completely ripping it off. Yeah. Right. So I had this harebrained idea. I threw it to Trevor. Trevor agreed with me, which, man, you probably shouldn't agree with everything that I think.
I love spicy things.
Well, I know.
I'm going to excel at this.
I think you'll do great. And then I threw it to you, and you were like, yeah, that sounds so fun. Because I had the idea, and I told Trevor, and I was really excited about it. And I thought, what if he hates this idea? Like, what if I find out like Billy hates spicy food? I was like, I don't think that's going to be the
Buffalo
case.
wings is my favorite food group.
Well, and I thought, we're here, we're talking about men's ministry. Yeah. What's better? My first thought was brisket.
Yeah.
But I thought that might be a little more challenging to pull off. So I thought,
we
need
I
some
made
wings.
one for Easter, and it's all gone. So I could have brought leftovers. We had no leftovers.
Well,
We had
that's a good
family in
sign.
town,
That's tough.
Well done. You must have smoked it well.
I mean, they thought so. It's Karen's favorite thing. So like we'll go on a run here now. It'll be Easter, Mother's Day, probably 4th of July. You know, it's like every big occasion we do it for Thanksgiving. So it's like that's her favorite. She likes brisket and pound cake. So.
I mean,
let's go.
What a combo.
That is amazing.
That's fantastic. Yeah. Well, we're going to, if you've never seen the show, this is how this works. So in true Hot Ones fashion, we didn't go at real Hot Ones goes like there's 10 wings, right? And I can't tell you the Scoville units on whatever their hottest one is, but it's like in the millions, right? Which that whole scale is obnoxious.
Yeah.
I don't understand how that works. Like, I feel like they could have just.
Is a Scoville.
It's like horsepower. Like
horsepower for spiciness.
Why are we measuring our cars in horsepower? Right? Super weird. But so each wing is going to get progressively hotter, right? And we're going to try to have a conversation as we eat very, very hot wings. So we started off with something very, very mild. I think it's the Thai chili one. It's this one, right?
It's one of them.
6 o'clock. And shameless plug for our friends across the street, Atomic Wings. So we're not sponsored, but if you want to cut a check,
this was not free.
We'll make a
Their
sign.
people can talk to our people.
Yeah.
We're open for
Yeah,
Right across the street, man.
Call our agent. His name is Carly Moore. He would love to have a conversation with you. I'll put a banner up in our studio for Atomic Wings. That's
run something on the scroll before service. Hey,
absolutely.
Get some wings after church, like
dude.
Chick-fil-A's closed.
I'll put you on the video wall, right?
A partnership for Meat on the Mountain 2027.
That's shoot. We do that. We
there
love
you
that.
go.
Yeah.
I would at that.
I would kill for. All right, Atomic Wings. The ball's in your court.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So let's start with the obvious, right? If we're going to start with the wings. We're going to make this. We're going to start with the easy one on the easiest wing, and then we'll work up towards the harder ones on the hotter wings, because that seems really effective. But so let's start. Let's go ahead and dive into our first one. And we'll jump in there. Look at you, all professional and getting your.
Well, I just know
I probably should
don't
do that.
grab
It's
one
going to
now
end
and be
badly,
like wiping it on my pants.
right?
So. All right. So this is Asian.
So this is Thai chili.
Thai chili.
It's from Atomic Wing. I definitely took a lick of it before I took a bite. I'll get a good bite in there.
Very
More
good.
sweet than heat for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I figured I should start us off with something, to really,
Dude, that's delicious.
make us
Get a
unprepared.
false sense of security.
Right.
That is
pretty
so good.
fantastic. I'm very down with this.
That would be Karen's favorite.
Bro, eating this
Loves
with
like
a
Thai chili,
Yeah.
spicy chili. Like that's her wings.
I like that.
I like it a lot.
I can get down with that.
I'll give you a couple dozen of them.
Luckily, we got a whole bunch more too. So tell us a little more about. We've got a big event coming up.
Yep.
We do a few big events a year. This is probably our
is the
biggest event?
biggest, yeah.
Okay.
This is the biggest.
So tell us what's coming up to May, and make
May
sure we get the date
17th,
right.
Which is a Sunday, 4 p.m. So we're not taking a Saturday evening from anybody. It's Sunday. You've already taken your family to church. You're probably taking them out to lunch. She doesn't mind if you leave at 4 o'clock on Sunday. It's Meat on the Mountain. It's our biggest event of the year. It'll start at 4 o'clock. It's got a bunch of stuff going on. There's a lot of components to it, which is really awesome.
Yeah.
It's all you can eat barbecue, which is probably one of the most important. The Parkway women, they do a really good job hooking us up with a ton of sides and desserts.
Yes.
Like it's literally tables upon tables. We'll have pork. We'll have sausage again. We may have brisket again. We may actually do a whole hog this year.
Oh yeah. Are we going to lay it out on the grill and you can?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
If I'm looking at people now. We've got a choice to make here in the next week or two. So that's going to be a neat presentation.
Yes.
That's where we're leaning.
I'm going to give us some skewers to stab it and just get their pieces
Grab
off
a
the
handful
pig.
of pork as you walk by and throw it on your plate. And we'll have some pork butts too, because one hog wouldn't feed. I think we had 175 people last year.
That's so cool.
But yeah, it's our big event. It's able to be registered for now online. We're going to be
and we'll put the link in here, so we can see it and all that good stuff. I think the coolest thing about it for me is, so we brought Hudson last year. It was the first time he came because he's 14. I like the father son kind of atmosphere, and it's all men, right? So I think it's a cool thing just to be in an environment where it's all dudes. We all want to be there, right? And we're all doing something that we all love collectively. Yep. We're eating, right? And the coolest part is all outside, and you're all sitting at tables, right? You might be sitting with people you know, but you might end up sitting around somebody that you don't know.
Meet somebody new, right?
I got to know somebody that's now in my group that I kind of knew a little bit, but like, especially for me, like I'm real busy on Sundays.
Yep.
So I don't get a chance to sit down and talk to people all the time. So I get to talk to people, the guys that are in my group, and connect with them a little differently. Cause when even in our group, like we're a very tight group, been together for a little over a year now, but we get to have different conversations at an event like this. So what have you seen is the biggest strength of Meat on the Mountain?
For us, it's an entry point, right? So we have praise God, like Parkway Men has grown to where we have a lot of events. We have a lot of service events, and we have a decent number of men's groups now. It's not just the Monday guys. We John Ward has a group that's growing on Wednesday,
which is really exciting to see.
Super awesome.
Yeah, John and I have done a great job with that.
He is, man. And if you've ever he's just all about it. He's all about it for the right reasons. It's awesome. And Les Coatsmeyer has a group on Thursday mornings. We've got veteran men's group that's starting to grow as well that Tony Winokur's leading. So it's an entry point for us. So it's like, hey, come out, check us out, see what we do. Maybe there's somewhere you can plug in deeper, right? Like there's a reason why we get 175 guys for a barbecue and a cornhole tournament. We get 110 guys for tacos. Monday Men averages about 25 people, but it steadily grows every year. So this is for somebody to get exposure, maybe somebody who's never even thought about a men's group, and they hear somebody say, man, this thing changed my life, or this thing's a real benefit to me. And so it's an entry point. It helps us meet new people. It allows me to spend time with people, that I may not get to see every Sunday, every Monday. So it's just fun.
Yeah.
Like
it's I love it because you might have some people that you work with, some guys that you work with that, don't know Christ, or maybe they kind of do, maybe they're a little lukewarm and they've maybe grown up in church and, their family's gotten away, and you're not sure, like, maybe they wouldn't be super receptive to an invitation to church 100%. On a Sunday. That might be too much. They might have some church hurt, whatever. There's a whole list of reasons. But what dude says no to this much meat, right? So barbecue, we're talking the green beans are always amazing, right? Dudes say yes to food, right? Well, who says no to that, right? Some people do, but and how much is it to register?
It's $20 a ticket for one. It's $35 for two. So if you want to pay it forward and buy a friend or a neighbor or a coworker. You get a little bit of break on the second, but there's a cornhole tournament. Where we have really awesome prizes. So, This was too heavy to put on the table. I think it was going
Right.
to be on the table. So we actually give away 2 of these. So
Look at that.
We pair you up. You can't bring your own team.
Yes.
We're guard against
No ringers.
This one's the 2026 version. The 2025 version is still with the people that want it. So you actually take this home. So it's a pretty cool price.
And it's heavy.
It's
You can't
legit.
tell how heavy it is from there.
It's legit.
There is no plastic on the thing.
No.
It is real.
It's legit. We have raffles, with some really cool, like so far we're planning on doing like a pellet smoker is going to be the big gift. Ed Gregory custom makes really nice cornhole boards, like really nice, like lit inside, high quality wood. He's donating a set of those. We have a guy from our Monday group Tim that donated a bunch of brand new, like nice pocket knives and knives. Yes. We always get tons of gift certificates, usually golf, restaurants, sporting goods. We actually have a couple, like Cavalier Automotive gave us $250 service gift certificates, which I mean, get an oil change.
Dude, yeah, absolutely.
So like it's really cool. We have that, and then I'm really excited. Josh Cunningham from Ignition Ministries is going to be speaking.
Oh,
this
sweet.
year. And so he has a real heart for, he has a background as a pastor and as a college basketball player, and he kind of takes those experiences and applies it to helping men becoming the man God wanted them to be. So he's agreed to speak for us this year. So we're super pumped about that. So, I mean, you're going to get fed physically, but you're going to get fed in the spirit as well, and you get to fellowship with some great guys. So it's there's always good music, and it's just a great time.
Yeah, Josh has a great story too. I love hearing his story.
He does.
He won Hudson over. He spoke at a chapel in KCA one year, and then as soon as he started talking about basketball, like Hudson was hooked. Like Hudson would do anything this dude says. Good dude, down to earth. Like I feel like sometimes pastors are a little bit too separated from their people, right? And in good ways, but sometimes it's a little tough if you're not a church person to connect. Josh is one of those guys, super easy to connect with.
Is he a part of F3 too?
I think he does some F3 as well. I know him and Steven are really tight, and they have a really good. And I met him for the first time a couple weeks ago at the Noble Warriors Conference, Think Apple Baptist. So he highly recommended. I've gotten to look at some of his stuff, and I'm excited. Like I was really lucky get for us to have somebody local here that's that good. But that's something we do every year. Is we have a different speaker, so there's a message to be gleaned from it as well. So just a good day, man. It's just a good day.
Yeah, it's fun to be outside of the mountain.
Even when rain dumps on you, it's still a good time.
We got really lucky last year. Last year the weather was like almost like picturesque. Like it wasn't too hot. It was like, it was perfect. This year, I mean, but it is what it is. Guys are used to sitting and sweating and eating, and if we get rained on, we get rained on. We're actually going to have a few more tents this year. So
sweet.
I just remember that last year.
It was 2 years ago.
The rain hit us. I remember standing outside trying to get stuff in, and this tent came flying past me on the sidewalk. So I grabbed the tent, and it just bent. It just flipped right over in half. Like, it was amazing, and it popped up so quick, and then it was gone.
Yeah,
it was insane.
These storms here, man, you can see them when they're coming. That's the good thing, because it's like 360 surrounding a view, but when they come, they come.
Yeah. Oh, they came real fast. It was
Another
crazy.
new thing we're doing this year that we hadn't done before is we're going to have event specific merch. So we actually have a 2026 Meet on the Mountain t-shirt. They haven't come in yet. The hats came in. And I'm modeling that. This is the new Parkway Men hat, but the shirt is green.
Gentlemen, it's a Richardson, in case you're wondering.
It is a Richardson. We don't do cheap hats. Nobody likes cheap hats. So
Amen,
we have that. The shirts you'll be able to purchase when they get in with your tickets.
Yeah.
They're additional to the tickets, but they're event only. So you can't buy one unless you're buying a ticket.
Right.
So they're exclusive. So
I love it.
It's a green t-shirt. It'll match the green on the hat. It's gonna be cool. So we're trying to do some different things this year. We're trying to get more raffle stuff, and just more food, and it's gonna be fun.
Well, I'll be there. I'll be bringing a couple of my boys with me. Probably only the older two, because I don't think the younger ones aren't. Christian's not quite ready for it yet.
I love him.
He's not quite there. Well, he's a good kid. He's just slightly misguided because he loves Ohio State. But
oh man,
there was a time where a couple of my kids were that way, and they've seen the error of their ways, and I think I've got them won over now. It's all their mother's fault, and that's
got a long way to go.
Yeah, well, that's not good. But don't miss Meet on the Mountain. Give me that date again.
May 17th.
May 17th. $20
$20
for one
ticket. $35 if you buy two.
And just buy two and bring somebody with you.
invite somebody.
Starts at 4.
Starts at 4.
Ends whenever the
until
last cornhole game finishes.
We are doing the cornhole tournament as single elimination this year.
Cool.
Yeah. It was 10:30 and the cars were lined up with the lights on.
Yeah.
People were a little haggard at that point. So I talked to Steven and I was like, hey man, we gotta bump this down. We had over 100 people participating last year.
Oh yeah.
And it's probably going to be bigger this year. So I was like, we got to bump it down to single.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'll tell you too, if you're not into cornhole, definitely still come. Yeah. I haven't played cornhole the past 2 years because I haven't wanted to saddle somebody with me. We don't want to put anybody through that. I love the fellowship. I love the food more than anything. So come and enjoy.
You don't have to play. Cornhole. Like I said, we had 175 people show up last year, and 100 of them were in the tournament. So there's plenty to do. Sit around, talk with guys. There's always music playing. Different things, just hanging out, eating. While they're playing cornhole, you can go get more dessert.
Okay. Oh yeah, it's a great time. There's just always food out, like all night.
Yeah,
just keep eating.
You got to
can't get any better.
You don't have where to put it. So it's not. You're not going to keep.
You got to just eat
home with people. I remember we invited the fire department that's just down at the bottom of the hill last year and sent them away with a bunch of food. And
they pulled up in the truck and everything.
And they got called away, and then they came back.
Did they come back?
They got up here, they got a call, they left, and then they came back, and then we sent a bunch of people back with them. So.
I love it. Yeah, definitely one of our premier events. So don't miss it. Invite somebody. It's going to be a great time.
Yeah.
Ladies, if you're watching, send your husbands and your sons. They need to come.
We found like last year was the first year we did it on a Sunday afternoon, and I think that really worked because I think on Saturdays, like you've got kids stuff. Maybe your wife wants to go out on a date, like all those different things. Like you do feel like you're being taken away from your family,
right?
Which is a problem for guys. That's one of the reasons why guys don't plug into stuff too. Is we feel this obligation, but I think our wives want us to do stuff like this because it makes us better husbands. But Sunday afternoon, you've already gone to church. You've already probably taken them out to lunch. You're not missing a lot on Sunday afternoon.
Right.
No football on. So it's literally like perfect time you come out.
No basketball.
Right.
Exactly. So
and we got it away from Mother's Day weekend this year.
Yeah.
So we found a better weekend.
In May, you have to dodge Memorial Day and Mother's Day.
Yes.
And on Mother's Day, we're committed. We have Parkway Cafe Takeover.
Right.
We're the Parkway men working the cafe. So, we're busy on that weekend too.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm looking forward to meeting on the mountain. All right, we got to dive into this next wing, and I'm a little afraid of this one.
It's just
I might dump in. This is just the buffalo.
This is just buffalo.
All right, but we're all right. All right, let's take another shot on this one.
Very tasty.
Oh yeah, I'll take that.
That tastes like buffalo.
Yeah, very classic buffalo. I'm a little more of that. That's a little more my style of wing.
Me too.
I enjoy the Thai chili. I got nothing against that, but that's more. If I'm thinking hot wings, like that's what I'm tasting.
Same.
100%. I love that. So talk to us a little bit about the different men's groups that we've got meeting at Parkway and kind of around the city and kind of what we're doing with those.
Yeah. So here at Parkway, we have Monday Men, which meets on Mondays. We have a vision for Monday night at the church that we would love to be able to fill the church on Monday with multiple men's groups. Maybe there's some corporate worship, and then I was listening to a guy at the Noble Warriors Conference who he's actually a men's ministry pastor. They actually they're a big enough church. They have a men's pastor. And they're a little bit outside of Nashville. I mean, like 45 people on staff. But he talked about, they do theirs on Wednesdays, and they have like a separate worship service just for men.
That's cool.
Like 300 dudes that show up. They've got music and production, and then they break off into groups. And so it's like a separate church day.
I love it.
For dudes. But, for Mondays, what we'd like to envision, what we feel God has given us to envision is that, we've got a bunch of men's groups meeting. There's not a whole lot going on Mondays. A lot of time it's open. Right now we have Monday Men. So the F3, which is fitness, fellowship, and faith, I believe. If I didn't get it wrong, Steve, if I got it wrong, don't kill me.
We'll make a correction.
Exactly. You can edit that. But it's a fitness ministry. So they meet at 5:30 up here in the rear parking lot, the top parking lot, and they do a rugged workout, 30 minutes outside. And then at 6:15 we come in the cafe, and typically we meet about 25 guys right now that meet, and we do some introductions depending on what kind of study we're doing. If we're doing a video Bible study, we'll watch the video, and then we'll split into smaller groups to discuss the questions. Right now we're doing a study on the book Point Man by Steve Farrar. I don't know if you've ever
That name sounds familiar. I can't think of why.
I think it was originally written in like 95 and it's been updated a couple times, but it's about being, a godly male leader of your family. Okay. And so we're walking through that chapter by chapter and we're breaking down into really small groups.
Yeah.
Like 4 guys to go through all the questions and discuss it. It's got some difficult subjects in it.
Yeah.
So it's been really good. We also have a concurrent study of Proverbs going on right now for guys that maybe didn't think that was the study they wanted to do at this point of their life or didn't want to do it. And then on Wednesdays, I mentioned John Ward's group, Brothers in Christ. That's growing like crazy. They're probably going to outgrow that space pretty quick. Yeah. And, Stephen's had a chance to go and check that group out, and he left rocked. So it's good things happening there. Les Kotzmeyer has a group that meets on Thursdays. I think he's meeting at 8:30 in the cafe.
Yeah, that's right.
It's just a strict kind of Bible study group. Brett Queen runs, it's not really a life group, but he runs a situational class, Proven Men, that deals with sexual purity and moral morality. So we've got a lot of things just for groups that go on for men. We've got some service organization, Hands and Feet, that tries to help out people in the church that can't do for themselves with simple yard projects or house projects or different things. So a lot of different avenues for guys to plug in.
Yeah.
And when I mentioned Tony Whitaker just started a male veterans group. I think they're actually meeting at Vinton.
Okay.
So that's good as well. I've just started a couple weeks ago, so I think it's 2 or 3 guys right now. But if you're a veteran and you're a male, it's a group that you can plug in that's unique to you. But I think regardless of what group it is, and we have a lot of guys that are in couples groups, they're in other groups, and all that's fantastic. But I do think there is something special about same-sex ministry groups, and especially men, because like you mentioned, we're hesitant to share our feelings. We're hesitant. We feel like we got to carry everything on our own. We're supposed to be strong. We're supposed to do all these things. But when you have a group of guys that if you're struggling or, that you need advice on, and we have guys from 24 to 73.
Yeah.
And I would have never believed that could have possibly worked, and it works beautifully.
Yeah.
Because we've all got different perspectives. And so I can't explain how much it's meant to me to be a part of that group. But like I don't know what I would do without it.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's been amazing. Some of my best friends are in that group now. Guys that when, I need a corner toter or a mat carrier, the verse from the Bible where they lower the paralytic down through the ceiling. Jesus healed that man, not because of his faith, but his friend's faith.
Yeah.
He said he healed them because of their faith.
Yeah.
So who's carrying your mat when you're too weak to carry it? And that's what these groups are.
Yeah.
And it's important for guys. Yeah. Like it's good to be in those.
Yeah.
We need that.
I think it's one thing that's been an issue in church for a long time is church can sometimes feel inherently feminine, right?
For sure.
Especially in our music. Like music can feel, especially a lot of worship songs, they can feel inherently feminine, right? In a lot of ways, right? I think we do a pretty good job at Parkway of that, but I can understand that feeling, right? Yeah. And I'm a musical person, so that's not a struggle for me. But there are guys like that's not their thing, right?
100%.
And so that can be a barrier for them to be vulnerable and really worship, right?
Yeah.
And break down those barriers. So then they miss out on the depth that the church has to offer, right? They want to pull them into. But what I love about breaking men down in like bringing them in to meet on the mountain, right? Or breaking them down into groups of like, we can reel people in is a bad word, but that's the word, right?
Yeah.
Like we're reeling people in with a workout, right? And the workout is important. It's important to be physically strong.
Yep.
But it's definitely a hook to get people to Jesus.
It's another ministry. It's another fellowship opportunity. Right? I think, I didn't grow up in church. I got baptized 5 years ago. So, I grew up with a dad that didn't want to go to church. Mom wanted us to, and that was my excuse. Dad doesn't want to go, so I'm not going. You know what I mean? So I think it's important for men to lead their families that way. I mean, there's statistics out there. I mean, most people know like the 93-17 rule where it's if the husband of the family is the first one to come to Christ, there's a 93% chance the rest of the family follows.
Yeah.
If the wife is the first one to come to Christ, there's a 70% chance.
Yeah.
And I don't know why that is, and that's not saying that we're any better than, that's the statistics.
Yeah.
So for me to be able to introduce men to a side of church that they probably would never see unless they intentionally sought it, because I've been the husband that's been dragged to church, and shown up and left and not plugged in. We always joke, we came to a new friends party. We've been going here for 8 years.
Yeah.
And hadn't plugged in, weren't serving. always believed in God. I prayed when I was in trouble, just like everybody else, but I didn't know what it was to commit and like walk. And so it's like, I remember sitting in the new friends party and everybody's like, how long have you been here? And people are like, we've been here a month. This is our second Saturday. And I remember I kind of put my head down and Karen like elbowed me. She's like, you're saying it. I'm not saying it. You're the problem. And I was like, we've been here eight years. Yeah. And then, we plugged in right after that and things started changing. And, it's something we need. Yeah. It's something we need that we probably don't know that we need.
Yeah. So I love that. Well, we got to dive into another wing before these get too cold because they're getting
the cold helps though. I think.
Yeah, the cold probably makes it a little bit easier on us. So maybe that's good if we let it get cold.
This is Atomic.
This is where it could get dicey.
Right. So I thought Atomic would be the hottest. Apparently, it's not.
But if you think of bombs,
that's true.
Atomic bombs are like old technology.
That's
bombs.
True.
Nuclear new technology, so they'd be hotter and more destructive, right?
Mm-hmm. This I'm a little afraid of.
Yeah, I'm not.
Because I like spicy food, but I'm not like I'm trying to
dive in there, brother.
Right,
the water's fine.
Your lips will grow back. It's got a good flavor.
Yeah, dog.
Oh, it's good.
Well, there's a kick. Yeah.
Right with the big bite.
Yeah, it definitely takes a minute. Does it count as ASMR if I chew into the microphone? Is that a real thing? I'm sure. Or make the intro just chewing.
On the microphone.
I just brush it right off.
I'm so sorry to our audience.
You know what? I can handle that.
A little more heat.
That's not bad. It does. It's definitely a slow burn. Like I'm definitely afraid if I touch my eyes.
I can also see why this is their signature wing, though.
Yeah,
that's really good flavor.
Well, so that's
a lot of times when you get hot, you lose flavor. Right. It's just hot. It's not. Doesn't have good flavor. It does have good flavor.
Like blazing wings at Buffalo Wild Wings. They're just hot.
Yeah.
The flavor's not really there. It's just hot.
Right.
I did a hot wing challenge in college at the Underground at Virginia Tech, and like it was their hot wings, and if you ate them, like you got something. And I don't remember what it was, but probably free beer or something like that. It was a really terrible experience for days. It was bad.
You know, that might actually be my favorite right there.
It's good, man.
I'm good with that.
No complaints with that.
I would get that.
It's like buffalo, but better.
It's buffalo. You know, like a lot of people now have like regular buffalo, medium buffalo, hot buffalo.
Yeah.
It's probably like a hot buffalo, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I can deal with that.
It's doable.
Yeah. Not too salty. A lot of times with buffalo, if you get hot buffalo, it's too salty flavored.
Yeah.
It's not too salty.
Well, as your mouth burns a little bit, you mentioned being dragged to church by your wife. Talk to us a little bit about, because I have a feeling, one, ladies, I think you need to drag your husband to church sometime.
Should definitely drag him to church.
I think you should do that. But talk to us a little bit about your experience in that, and like, what was it like being the husband that's being drugged to church?
Well, like I said, it's one of those deals where it's not that I didn't ever believe in God. Like I believed that there was a God, and I would pray, but it was like, I'll be honest with you, a lot of the disconnect for me was that I didn't grow up in church. So when I'm sitting and listening to a sermon, I feel like I showed up at book club, but I read the wrong book. Because I didn't understand. Like I was like, I don't understand what these stories are. Like I knew who Jesus was and Moses was and a couple, but like there was a knowledge gap. So that made me defensive. I think some of the attitudes that I'd grown up with, as a child about, people taking your money at church and all these different things, and tithing was probably the last thing I gave up.
Yeah.
I think that's common for a lot of people, right? So it's like preconceptions of what church was about. And let's be honest, just being selfish and wanting to do what you want to do, right? Like, if you buy in, you got to change, right? You got to be obedient and you got to do all these things. So it's not that I disliked church. I didn't understand it. I hadn't been around it. It was foreign to me. I don't think I really understood what a relationship with God looks like. Yeah. But, once the seed starts, I'm a knucklehead, so it took a while. But once it goes, it keeps growing, right? And so once you get saved and you get baptized and then you plug in, you start, doing stuff. But I think it was just, I didn't have experience with it. Yeah. Karen was extremely patient. One of the first questions she asked me when we were dating, she's like, what do you believe about God? And I was like, well, I believe there's a God, and I believe, he made everybody, and probably like everybody say, hey, if you're a good guy, you're probably getting to heaven. You know what I mean? Right. But like, I didn't know what it meant. I didn't really know what it meant to really give your life to God and let him govern your decisions and things like that. So, it was to show up and, leave and, this is what church is. It's a sermon on Sunday and that's it. There's so much more to it. I just didn't know what it was. Yeah. So
So if you were talking to a wife who, one, I want to say, I think I've grown up in church my whole life, so I had a little bit of the opposite experience. Like, and it was different for me because I don't remember a time not wanting to go to church.
Yeah.
Right. So I think I've grown up with the perspective of guys not wanting to go to church, like being super militant and super against church. Yeah. And I've not considered like what I don't think I've really considered as much, like maybe it's just like they're not against it. It's just not a priority.
Or they may not know exactly what all is available.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, cause I mean, when I did go to church, when my brother and I used to army crawl into mom and dad's bedroom on Saturday nights, early Sunday mornings, when we knew she was going to make us go to church and unplug the alarm clock. You know? So,
did you confess to this at some point? Okay, good.
I did. I mean, years later.
Okay, I didn't know if we were getting like confession live.
Not right then. No. So, but
after you were sent to boarding school.
But I think, you know, in the churches I did go to, and nothing against those churches, I'm sure they're great churches, but it was the typical. You know, I don't think we were going to Sunday school. I don't remember ever going to a Sunday school class, but it was sitting in, listening to a guy in a robe.
Yeah.
Talk and mom feeding me Lifesavers, so I'd keep quiet.
Right.
That's what it was. It wasn't fun. I didn't know what they were talking about.
Yeah.
So that in my head is what church was. Mm-hmm. It wasn't the men's groups and the friends that you make and, you know, all the different things that, you know, serving other people and all this. I had no idea.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't think it's maybe that a lot of people are against it. I just think they have a conception in their head of what church is. And I think events like Meat on the Mountain and 'Tis the Season for Tacos and these things are ways to break down those misconceptions. Because, like, no, these guys like to eat food and have fun. And,
yeah. And the tacos are delicious, by the way.
Just Pancho so does an amazing job. But it's like, I think that's a way to get people in and see and meet some guys and be like, this isn't what I thought it was. This isn't a bunch of stiffs and robes that, like, you know, judge other people and all these different things. Like, I think there's just guys that are just trying to walk with Jesus and get better.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, there's at least two guys I can think of. I won't call them out that were at that tacos event. That at least one of them has been here with his family multiple times, and it's super exciting. I got to see them. It's so cool that 'Tis the Season for Tacos was the event, right, that led them into church, right? And so it's cool to see how things like that can be the catalyst for. Like, I don't know exactly what's happening in his spiritual life and his family and things, but I mean, that's the type of thing that could be the catalyst for changing not only his life, but his family's life,
100%.
And then his kids, his grandkids,
his legacy.
Change.
Yeah. And all we had to do was eat tacos and invite somebody.
And just invite some people and just show them the love, man.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's an exposure point, right?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, this isn't exactly what you thought it was. Like, you know, this can be the best thing in your life.
I love that. Yeah. Well, I think we got to dive into this last wing.
Oh, man.
And I've been dreading it a little bit because as we were talking, it started to burn a little bit more. So then it was, I knew it was a slow burn, but it was a really slow burn.
Yeah, it was.
Right. So, and I saved the worst thing for last. So,
and it concerns me a little bit that it's dark.
Yeah. It is a little concerning.
Looks nice.
Like, usually hot things are bright red or orange, you know, like.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like mine is dripping a little more than
that is
you guys'.
a beautiful, that is a beautiful flat. Look at that.
It is.
It is a beautiful flat.
It is.
I definitely just got all that all over the microphone. Look how wet that is.
Yeah.
Right.
Or it may just be like, you know, like when plastic melts.
Yeah, it's just melting away. All right, I feel like we gotta toast
like
it a little bit.
On that or
All
something.
right, I want to say
There you
cheers.
go.
All right, let's try it.
Oh boy.
Oh goodness. Oh, it's way too bad.
Good flavor.
Yeah, flavor is good.
I felt the kick as soon as it hit my tongue, though.
Yeah, it's got some stuff.
Oh, there it is.
It's got a gift.
Yep.
I found the Scovilles.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, yeah, that's
I so regret taking such a big bite.
Off. You know the pain. Your glasses start falling down.
Oh goodness. Yeah, that definitely just hit my throat. I can feel that.
Yeah, man. That one is.
I feel like I can't not lick my fingers though. I'm really gonna regret that.
Just don't touch anything.
Yeah. Don't scratch your ass. So yeah, nuclear. Way to go, Atomic Wings.
But you know what? I was. Oh,
there it is. Yeah,
I hate milk.
Go for
by
the
the
milk.
way, I probably haven't had milk in 25 years. I'm drinking milk right now.
I don't drink milk, and I'm trying to avoid it because
I don't like milk at all.
it's a point of pride on Hot Ones.
You have to finish the wing.
I don't know if I can finish the wing.
Do you really? Wow. Okay.
I'll tell you what. I'll go ahead and finish the wing with you, and we'll see if I can avoid the milk before I dive into this wing and try not to die. So you mentioned women dragging their husbands to church.
Yeah.
And so I wonder if you could speak to two groups. One, speak to the women that have been trying to drag their husbands to church, right? And I can only imagine that's frustrating.
Yes.
Because my wife gets frustrated with me about simple things like trash and like simple things. Goodness, I really regret doing this. This is fantastic.
That one's got a little.
I'm really glad we did this, but I regret doing
at the
it.
beginning.
Okay, so we should have done this opposite.
Oh,
I regret this now. But talk to the wife who may be frustrated about bringing her husband to church, and then talk to the husband about, and the men about why they should be involved in a men's group or involved in church somehow.
I'll do my best.
So that's half the fun of the show. I'm so glad we did this.
Yeah. I would say to the women, just keep trying. Be patient. I mean, guys have a way of when we're confronted sternly that we dig our feet in. So be patient. Karen was really, really good at that.
Yeah.
Gentle nudges, being congratulating small steps,
Yeah.
not making you feel. I'm literally in my class.
I can see the fog in your glasses. That's awesome.
Yeah, they're coming out.
I'm not crying. It's just a really good answer.
See, I saved this one for the in case you do start to tear up, you can blame it on the wings. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm definitely not afraid to tear up. I get made fun of that at group all the time.
I think it's part of the sanctification process.
Yeah.
Probably so. But anyway, so don't give up. Be gentle, though. I mean,
Yeah.
Do it as you would think Jesus would do, right? He didn't beat people over the head unless they were religious people that were doing bad things. So be patient. For the guys, keep an open mind. Church is much more about more than what you do on Sunday. There's great friends to have here.
Yeah.
One of the things that used to concern me was I used to drink. I was never an alcoholic, but when I drank, I drank.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so it's like, we gave up alcohol probably 6 or 7 years ago completely. But it's like, I think guys feel there's like a no fun factor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That like I said, they have this conception, and it's one of these things
Right.
where we do a lot of things that are fun.
Yeah.
Like we have safety teams and we have worship teams. You can play music. You can, you can serve other people. You can eat pork and, cook pigs and,
Yeah.
help out kids with football. Like we do all the same things.
Yeah.
So keep an open mind. And if you're coming to a big church like Parkway, you need a small group.
Yeah.
Or else you're going to feel kind of lost in it.
100%.
I think I experienced that some for 8 years. I mean, Parkway does a really good job of welcoming people. And if they don't know you, they're going to come up and introduce themselves. But at some point, if you just come and you just come to service and leave, you're not going to get anything out of it.
Right.
Nobody's going to force it upon you. So you really have to take the initiative. And, that started with small friends group, and then it went with Equip, and then it was, starting to serve. So it's like you have to put something in to get something out.
Yeah.
So there, you can meet some of the best friends of your life,
Yeah.
and, have a lot of fun while growing closer to the Lord, becoming a better husband and father, but you just got to put a little bit of effort into it.
Yeah.
So it'll
100%.
change your life. I mean, there's no question about it. It'll change. It won't be a decision you regret.
Right.
So.
Yeah. I mean, the worst thing that could happen is you could eat some good barbecue. You might get a good
the
workout.
The worst thing you could happen is you could eat that nuclear wing. And wow.
That might be the worst. And I
that progressed fastly.
Yeah.
I mean, fastly. I don't know. Speech is messed up.
Just blame it on the wings. It's all good. Yeah. I won't hold it against you.
Quickly. I got serious in a hurry.
I cried a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
I still haven't taken a dab in the milk. I'm really
The milk almost made me throw up, to be honest with you.
Really?
I
Didn't
hate
help?
milk so much.
I'm
and
on
it's
glass
warm
number
now.
2,
Look, give it a
bottoms
shot.
up, baby.
It's warm.
Let's see what it
It's warm
does.
now. It's not even cool. And so it's like on top of the wing, I was like, if I take another sip, you're going to have to edit.
I mean, it
edit the feed.
helps a little bit.
Skull.
Yeah. I'm not a milk fan.
No.
All
I hate
right.
milk.
Those
I
are some
love
legit
milk.
wings.
All of them had good flavor.
Yes.
Even the nuclear was not so it wasn't disgusting. It fools you enough that you're like, hey, this might be good. And then literally it was a quick hit. It was like, no, this is,
It hit hard. It hit
Midway
real
through
hard.
my second bite, I was like, oh, it just hit, and I'm about to finish this wing. Let's go.
I didn't finish it.
Yeah, I'm not going to go back
I
into
said,
that.
send it. I already finished the wing.
Yeah, I can't do that.
I can't.
I'm not.
I think that would be ill-advised. If I took off, you understand ball man problems, right? So if you take that hat off, there's literally going to sweat. It's just going to release the sweat.
It's our sweat. It's our sweat catcher.
It hunt out. There's so many times where I take a hat off and it's literally just water sitting on top of my head, and it's holding it in, so you can't take my hat off now. And I know I've sweated through my shirt.
Your hat starts dripping before people see the sweat on your face.
There's just nowhere for it to go, man.
You're in good company. Being bald is kind of a prerequisite for being a male on the show.
The way I look at it is, God didn't want to have this beautiful covered up.
Yep.
Dude,
That's how I explain
that's
it.
what I'm talking.
That's it. I like to think God blessed us with beards too. God may not have blessed us with hair that's going to last forever, but
everybody can grow
God blessed us with some great beards.
Well, not everybody can pull off a bald head either.
It's true.
I mean, and it's not
I had
one of those
my
things you
doubts.
really know till you know.
Oh, it's
You know
terrifying.
what I mean? Like, but it can be a bad. Trevor's got a good one.
Trevor really does.
He's got a good one. He's got a very uniform, symmetrical, round bald head. So
I was worried that every
no, it's a good one, man.
Like
And
Scott Van Pelt.
Scott's a little too skinny, man. It kind of looks like a pencil eraser.
that was always my fear. My fear before
You got to have a little bit of width. You're good. No, but,
I was so worried before I shaved my head because I'm not a big dude. I'm a pretty skinny dude. I was very worried. I was very concerned.
No, I started losing my hair at 23, and I've been bald since I was 24. I mean, I shave it obviously, but I couldn't grow a full head of hair. But I've been shaving my head since I was 24. And I'm 49 years old. I mean,
I probably should have shaved my head at 24 because it was going.
I mean, I'm not 49, but yeah. I
For
started shaving at about 25-ish.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
We should probably end this
Keeps giving.
so we survive. But
The gift that keeps on giving.
Meet on the Mountain, May 17th.
Yep. Get your tickets now. Get them early, guys. Always procrastinate. Save me some heart attack and anxiety. Go ahead and sign up, please.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Be on the lookout for us. We're going to be selling tickets before and after services from now until the event. Whatever merch that we have, we will have it available. Keep in mind, you have to buy a ticket to buy the hats and to buy the shirts. So if you want one, you got to come.
Yeah. And it's well worth it. It's a great night. If all you do is eat some delicious brisket, you might have a good conversation. That's well worth it.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
Fantastic time. You're not going to want to miss it. I'm looking forward to the hog, man.
Yeah, we were heavily leaning that way.
I'm really hoping
most of the morning with different farms trying to find who can do it, how you get it processed when we've never done one before.
Yeah.
We've done a lot of research. Sean has given us some stuff. It's not crazy difficult.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's got a neat.
It's a cool experience.
It's a neat visual.
Yes.
Yep.
It's kind of cavemanish. I mean,
Put the apple in its mouth.
Yeah.
I mean, you can dress it up with fruit and garland and all kinds of stuff.
And the freshest bacon you'll ever have. It literally cannot get more fresh than it's right off the hog.
No, I'm excited for it. So we actually purchased a hog cooker. So we have one through Parkway Men. And we're going to cook hot dogs and hamburgers on it for Upward for concessions.
Yeah.
It's going to be cool. But so we actually, we could do this several times a year.
Yeah, we'll do it all the time.
Different events. Like, it doesn't have to be Meat on the Mountain 3 times a year. It could be family camp out or.
Amen and amen on that.
We could do some cool stuff.
Yeah. Well, you got me sold. I'm looking forward to Meat on the Mountain. Don't miss it. That'd be a great song. We should probably sing that sometime. But Billy, thanks for what you're doing.
Thanks for having me.
It's been great getting to know you over the past couple of years, especially doing stuff like this. So I'm really grateful to have guys like you and Steven, and I'll tell you what, beyond you guys, it's been so impressive to see the other guys that have stepped up.
Man, isn't it crazy?
To take leadership.
Isn't it crazy? It's like, walk in on Sundays and it's never lost to me. It's like, we got more guys at the front, welcoming in. We got more guys on stage than I can ever remember, both campuses and just people serving and all the, I mean, it's just, that's the progression of things, right?
Yeah.
It's like, when you plug in, that's what you want to do. And
I think it's a good sign of the health of the church too.
Yeah.
Is men serving. It's not just, all the men are drugged to church because we have to be there. Like these are men that are bought in, that are leading their families and leading in the church well. And it's a great sign of church health. Part of the reason I love Parkway.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I'm really grateful for
thankful
that.
we have a church, and a church leadership team that puts emphasis on it. And, this is not something I have to, this is something I get to do. This is something that's in me.
Yeah.
I could not do it if I didn't want to. And I know Stephen feels the same way. And it's just, blessed that God, I don't know why he chooses to use people like me.
Yeah.
And, I'm just glad he does, so I'm honored and humbled.
I love it, man. Well, next time you come back, we'll have to do something with meat again. Maybe, I don't know if we'll do hot wings again. That was really fun.
I mean, had I known, I could have made a little extra brisket. We could have done, but this was good. This was good. I didn't know. I'd never seen the hot ones thing. Like I told you, I was afraid to Google it.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Be careful Googling it. Right.
So I even told Darren, I was like, I'm afraid. Haven't seen it. And I'm afraid to Google it. Tell me what it is.
Yeah. Just add show when you Google it.
Yes,
you'll be fine.
You'll be good.
Yeah, you'll be
but
great.
This was fun. That last wing is rough, but
yeah, and go check out Atomic Wings. They're brand new.
Yeah.
and they're good. They're good guys.
Their wings are. I am a buffalo wing connoisseur, and their wings are fantastic.
Does it beat certain other chains that might have wing in their name?
Way better than most chains. Some local restaurants here that have some really good wings, but these are as good as any. So
yeah, absolutely.
Good flavor, the right crispiness. I don't like them when they're soggy. I usually order extra crispy, but I wouldn't have to with these.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. I love it. Well, I'm going to go try to make my mouth stop burning now. But Billy, thanks for joining us. Thanks for everything you're doing. Trevor, thanks for making me look bad demolishing those wings and not breaking sweat on it. That's
Trevor's
awesome,
tough, man.
Appreciate that. Yeah, he's a Marine.
Respect.
Has nothing to do with it.
Must be the Marine thing. But thanks for joining us for another episode of Midweek Motivation. Have a great week and stay motivated.
Stay motivated, my friends.
Let's go.